In my view, the spanking of children is not a good way to parent or discipline children. I believe that in today's society, spanking a child is an unacceptable form of punishment and does not seem to work long term. Spanking a child just makes the child afraid of the parent and does not teach a child how to handle conflict. In a recent survey done by Parenting Magazines, it stated that according to national statistics, 3/4 of the U.S. population uses spanking as a parenting method. Quote, 62% of Latin and Caucasian women believe it's necessary to give a child a good spanking. What's up with that? And then 81% of African Americans believe the exact same thing. I mean, come on, people. What are you doing? Anyway, I assume there are some pros to spanking, but honestly, I don't think they overweigh the cons. Some experts do say that if used correctly and infrequently, spanking could be used to bring understanding to a child why their behavior can never happen again. If you spank your child, it should be at least the last resort of punishment and never done aggressively. I mean, come on, just don't spank at all. But anyway, parents need to influence their children to make the right decision and teach them how to make better decisions. They need to learn how to self-discipline and self-correct themselves. The cons to spanking a child far outweigh the pros according to parenting experts. There has been research that has shown that frequent spanking increases mental health issues and behavioral issues in kids, increasing their anxiety, and they also tend to develop from a depression. Spanking a child could also lead to the child to develop other forms of aggression towards other people for doing behavior they don't like. I mean, they could be spanking other kids and they could end up being a bully. So, yeah. Spanking a child should never be the main form of discipline and never done when a parent is angry. I think spanking is not good for parents either, as they may fear they could hurt their child or make them afraid of them. They may also do the bad behavior, but not around their parents to avoid spanking. So, they never really learn how to deal with their bad behavior and self-control themselves. If you do choose to spank your child, it should never be the main form of discipline and always followed by an explanation of why they were spanked. Make it a teaching moment to make sure they know why they were spanked and understand what they did wrong and how they could act. Never ever spank your children when you are angry, and never strike a child in the face. Just don't do it. With your fist or with aggression. Just don't do it. This could be considered as child angerment and could lead to legal issues for parents. Like they could go to jail and stuff like that. I don't really think there is an appropriate age to spanking a child, but I would say never until they are at least 3 to better understand why they are being spanked. Or 4, it doesn't really matter. If your child misbehaves, it is best to explain to them the way they are behaving is bad behavior and use other methods of discipline like grounding, timeout, taking away their privileges, like taking away their TV and video games. You always want to also explain to them better ways to respond and react to situations that caused this behavior. My own experience with spanking is that I was rarely spanked as a child. My parents mostly made me sit in timeout or took away my toys and or games. I do not think I will spank my kids, and I will try to be patient with them and take away their toys, privileges, and electronics for a week or more. The reason why this is because I don't want my kids to be afraid of me, and I want to build a trust relationship with them. If my children are afraid of me, then they might not want to hang out with me. They won't. I think that all parents should not spank their children and that there should be a law against spanking. There are other ways to discipline your child and many ways to learn better parenting skills. Thank you and have a good day.